We begin a new sefer, Vayikrah. Vayikrah al Moshe, that God calls to Moshe, and the word Vayikra has a small aleph. With a small aleph, if you actually take away the aleph, it's Vayikar, happened. And Rashi explains that Moshe Rabbeinu, out of a sense of humility, said, God, I don't want to write down that you called me directly. Rather, I just want to write Vayikar, that you happened upon me, which is like I stumbled upon you, God, which is a representation of Moshe's humility. Now let me ask you a question. Did Moshe Rabbeinu believe he was the most humble man that ever lived? Well, it seemed to be a little bit ironic if he did, but of course Moshe Rabbeinu believed he was the most humble man that ever lived, because Moshe believed in the word of God, and God says Moshe is the most humble, so of course Moshe believed he was the most humble man that ever lived. How could that be the case? How could you have a person that's so great and that they can believe that they're the most humble? We have to redefine what humility means. Humility means that my strengths and my koach, my abilities, I know they're a representation of God. I know that God endowed me with that capability. So it's not that Moshe Rabbeinu did not know his greatness. Did Moshe believe he was the most humble man that ever lived? Yes. But what does that mean? It means he knew that all his koach, all his strengths came from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they weren't a reflection of himself, but rather of God. So when we say we're supposed to be humble, that doesn't mean we're a doormat. That doesn't mean we're not able to aspire to greatness, but rather our greatness, our abilities, we just know the source. And we know and are thankful that when we are able to actualize our potential, that we're saying, God, you gave me that potential. And in a certain way, I'm fulfilling my mission by actualizing my greatness in this world, which is a representation of you. And we take that lesson to heart. Vayikra, with that small aleph. When we have that small aleph, that godly call in our life as well, we should know that all our greatness and our call to action is a representation of God in this world. Good Shabbos.